Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Tony Plays The Binding of Isaac. Hope everyone's doing alright. I'm doing horrible. You know? I'm doing damn horrible. Tony, why? You guys saw last run. I had such a goated run, immediately, not ruined, but just, I was deceived. There, you know what? 1 second of invincibility, I'll take it. I was deceived by a friend, and unfortunately, it has cost me my life. You know? So now I have to, what was essentially like one of the greatest Isaac runs I've ever seen in my life is now relegated to, I'm just gonna try my best to do whatever it is I can do with what I got, you feel me? I'm gonna try my best to get a W this run. We did have Eden's Blessing, so we started off with a nice item, but besides that though, you know, nothing can supplement the betrayal I feel at what happened earlier. But besides Tony over-exaggerating about how he actually feels about yesterday's run, it was a fun run. I enjoyed it. Sucks that progress wasn't made, but overall, it was cool to see. I haven't had a run break that bad in a while, you know? So it was really fun to just play as the Lost and run through every single thing on planet Earth and not have to worry about like dying or whatever, you know? Usually when you play as the Lost, I fear for my life 90% of the time. But I was out here taking lives in Isaac. I should specify, I should clarify, you feel me? But you know, besides that, solid. You know, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And although I might not get however long, how long did I even spend in that freaking, I was about to say hunt. Oh, I'm Monster Hunter brain rotted. However long I spent in that run does not matter because it was fun the whole way through. Anyways though, besides that, hope everyone's doing alright. Besides, you know, me fucking around. Tired. When aren't I tired? Tired of what exactly, Tony? Fucking, I don't know, man. You know? I'm just tired, boss. I just wanna, like, go on a vacation or something. You feel me? I feel like, me, personally, I be getting sick and tired of staring at a fucking screen the entire, like, all of my time, not only at work, but also, like, kind of what I do in life, you feel me? Like, I like playing games because games are fun, but at a certain time, it's not because of the games, it's because of my job. It's because of the fact that I'm sitting all the time and looking at a screen for my job, where it's started to affect how I feel about games to a degree. I'm gonna be honest. I'd be thinking, Tony, what exactly is being affected here? Let me tell you. I personally have not found not an enjoyment, but it's like, I think one, I've definitely suffered in how active I used to be. The good thing about when I used to work at CVS was that it was a very, like, not demanding job, but helping customers and doing shit like that, you be moving around a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean you are constantly moving around. I'm not even joking. Whether it be to go grab a prescription, to go grab a medication, whatever. It's literally just moving all the time. If I'm doing something with inventory, I gotta move around all the shelves and shit, make sure we got everything. It was a very movement heavy kind of job. Obviously not like a warehouse associate or anything. Dude, when I used to work as a warehouse associate, I think easily I'd get something like 20k steps, you know, 20,000 steps a day. It was very taxing on the body. I will say that in terms of like a walking kind of deal. So essentially what I did was I never did cardio. But when I was working that warehouse job, my ass essentially was just like, I don't want to run anymore. than I need to or walk anymore. You know, like my legs already hurt from walking all fucking day. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like lift weights and get out, you know? It shortened my workouts, one, which was kind of nice. But also, you know, I guess I wasn't min-maxing my cardio because I kind of not got it in. But, I mean, you feel me? I was fucking walking my ass all the time, you know? I 20,000 steps, that's a lot. In my opinion, that's a lot. And so I was thinking, all right, I should be good on having to walk for the day just because my job did that. But anyways, when I worked at CVS, it wasn't nearly as taxing as that warehouse job was, I will say that. But 100%, I will say 100%, it was still an active job. I would come home from work getting something like what? Like at least 9,000 steps, almost 10,000. You know, I pretty much almost got my entirely like daily step requirement just working one shift, which is cool. You know, in my opinion, I'm like, that's good. That's nice. That's healthy for my body. But this job, brother, this job is easily just not that at all. Most of my walking in my job sense comes from me having to get up out of my chair to use like the bathroom. Otherwise, my ass is sitting in that chair for low-key too long. And I don't know, maybe I just need to like look up, you know, get some tips in. How do I not lose my brain? You know, one, how do I not lose my mind sitting and staring at a screen all day, every day? But also, when can I like get in the necessary luck? I'll take it. And let's go here. Eye of Belial. This is really good, right? Eye of Belial is like a really good item. Eye of Belial makes my tears pierce, and any shot that pierces does double damage. Or like any of the Belial shots that pierce do double damage, right? Where the hell is this thing at? It's not down, obviously. Oh no, I didn't mean to pop the world card. Damn it, that was an accident. That was a stupid accident. I was putting my remote under my desk and I accidentally hit the button. Whoopsie. Didn't even really pay off that well. That was not worth it. That was not worth it. But I mean, yeah. It's like, what's the word I'm thinking of? What's the word I'm thinking of? Tony? You got it in your brain? I don't know. I'm just definitely not nearly as active as I am when it comes to like walking around, which sucks because like I feel like I should, for the betterment of me, but also in general, I should be walking. Maybe not in between work necessarily, but like I should be getting in my steps. You know what I mean? Because I be wearing my smartwatch or whatever, and then I like look at the end of the day and it's like, you got like fucking 3K, 4K steps in, and I'm just like, brother, I'm a lazy piece of shit. Only? Like, I look at that shit and I'm like, these are rookie numbers compared to what I used to do. You know what's funny? Is that me and my friends, we had a Pikmin. You guys know that Pikmin game that came out a little bit ago? It was like, you planted, it was like Pikmin Go. I don't know if that's actually the name, but it's essentially Pokemon Go, but for Pikmin. We would do that. And because my job was so like walking heavy, I joined my friend. I figured out this not complicated way, but like if for some reason it's not easy, like it doesn't properly count the steps. So what I had to do is I had to like find a way to make it so it will count my steps through my watch. Because usually my phone isn't always on me when I'm walking around at work. I'll leave my phone either like charging, or I'll just like kind of leave it next to my workstation. Back when I was at CVS, I'd be like, all right, here's what I'm gonna do then. My friends not necessarily need help, but my friends want help, or they invited me to their Pikmin thing. I know I'm a big stepper, one might say. My ass is walking around all the time at that job. So I was like, all right, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's the method. One, we are going to, oh, nice. One, I was like, all right, I need to figure out a way to get this, what's it called? I need to figure out a way to get my steps on my watch to track on my phone, and then from tracking on my phone to tracking on the Pikmin game. So I like, not reverse engineered, but like I was figuring out the way. I low-key kind of got it, and then like I got it all figured out. I got it all figured out where everything was like, all right, I got this. Everything's good. Everything's fine and dandy. Is Eye of Belial affected by luck? No. I mean, granted, getting all these drops and stuff is affected by luck, so let's do that. Let's keep perfection. I like having chests not needing keys, but I also like having a lot of luck. I think it's a very good thing. And also, I'll remember to not skip the cutscene. Sure. I'll take that. Oh, but my bad. I got caught off guard with Tony's yap sesh. Bro got real into that. But essentially the whole deal is like, ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right, so you guys might think I'm crazy, but Satanic Bible turns deals into devil deals. It turns boss items into devil deals. Devil deals usually have better items, so I also don't have to worry about my HP considering I'm rocking the Lost. So I think we can kind of get our way into like a double devil deal sort of deal. You feel me? The DDDDD or whatever the hell Tony was just saying. The double devil deal sort of deal. We'll see. We'll see how Tony's plan works in actuality. But yeah, like I figured out the way, I figured out the method, and it worked out. In my opinion, I got it to work out. Although I will say it kind of sucked because it wasn't like tracking some steps. Like on my watch, it would say I walked like, you know, like 7,000 steps, but only like 5,900 of those 7,000 were like counted for as my, oh, this is how much Tony walked. And so I was like, damn, you know, what the hell? There's something wrong here. And I was correct. There was something wrong. It was just kind of eating my steps, but I assume it's because of the discrepancy. Like, it's because I'm essentially putting my steps through like 3 filters just to try and have Pikmin even read it. The fact that it was even recording my steps from my watch to the game was like, you know, in and of itself a miracle. I was like, wow, it's actually doing it. But the fact that in the end it actually worked out and I was able to get it to like, you know, work so I can help my friends with their Pikmin stuff, you know? It's like like if you and your friend group walks collectively like 100,000 steps, you unlock this sort of deal. And I did that and it worked and it was really cool. Let's try bombing that for Small Rock. Smock, nope. Smock doesn't love me. But anyways, after all that, I kind of not got it figured out, but it was fun. It was fun doing that. You know, the job had me active and I was also helping out my friends. But now I'm kind of just like, not at a loss, definitely not the right word, but I don't, and it's not I don't have reason to either. I think walking for your health is definitely a good thing. Oh yeah, baby. I'm thinking I'm fucking sick. Sorry. So you guys had to hear Tony be cringe for a second. My bad. My bad, y'all. I'll try better next time. All right, here's what we're gonna do here. We're going to get you. We're gonna find the secret room that's nope, never mind. Totally somewhere. That's a small room. Small room here. Easy money. And then watch this. If I blow him up, it's gonna be head of the keeper. Damn it. Okay. Now, you might be thinking, Tony, that's really good, right? Chaos is really good. It's a great item because it allows things to get a little kooky, things to get a little crazy. Yes, that is true. However, our the sole purpose that we grabbed Satanic Bible was for the devil deal items pool. As for, you know, our bosses, now that we've chaosed it up, nothing matters anymore. It's useless, which means I need a new active to hold on to. I guess it doesn't matter. I'll hold on to it for the meantime. But like I said, we need a new active to hold on to. This is quite literally useless now. The devil deal thing kind of doesn't work anymore. It worked for one floor though. It gave us a speed up. And also filtered out one bad item in my opinion. From the devil deals, it filtered out Lord of the Pit, which is useless on us because we already fly. But like I said, I guess it was a speed up. But yeah, you know, I just need to get more active. It sucks. I need to walk around more, definitely. But it's like, I don't know when I have time in the day, and it's definitely a mismatch of priorities. I'm over here prioritizing wanting to play the game and do shit like that over, like, you know, play the game or go to the gym, and I just hate running on the treadmill in the gym or whatever. That's easily where I'm either most self-conscious, or it's just like, you know, for some reason fucking Planet Fitness, bro, they have like 90,000 treadmills in them, and also all of them happen to be taken every single time you go. And it's like, I don't understand what they're doing here, like how they cooked up this like worst formula ever sort of deal, but you know, they kind of got to stop, bro. This needs to be stopped. But yeah, it's like, one, it sucks even trying to get onto a treadmill at the local gym here. But also, like, whenever I do, I'm always, you know, I prefer the elliptical, truth be told. Or if I need to spend like a long time on the treadmill to get my steps in, you feel me? It's like, oh, you gotta set your treadmill to like a 3.5 incline and then walk for 10 minutes and you'll burn 1,000 billion calories. You know, that's the method that people be saying or whatever. And it's like, that was bad. Why did I go in there? Things could have ended so much worse. The fact that I went in, things could have ended so much worse, and I'm glad they didn't. I'm not gonna lie. I walked into that cursed room and I immediately feared for my life. I was like, if the run ends due to this mistake, I'm gonna be real sad. I'm gonna be real freaking sad about this. C-section. That's good. I don't have any keys. How does Eye of Belial work with C-section? It seems to work, but I don't know how, what it's doing necessarily. Oh, keys. All right. But I mean, yeah, you know, Tony is just being Tony, whatever. But me personally, I would at least like to find more ways to be active throughout like the whole work day, not just at night, you know, you feel me? Not just at night, not just like in the evening. I want to be more productive at work from like a health standpoint, not like productivity kind of. That's a whole different ordeal, which I feel like I do, you know. Infested? I should stop taking pills. I think for the Lost, I don't think a pill can kill me, but I think a pill can definitely give me something bad, like a luck down or a, I mean, not that it, I don't want to say not that it matters. I do have perfection, but I also have 9 lives. So it actually is possible for me to lose my perfection and my 9 lives. or for me to lose my perfection. Because if I die and I come back, that thing don't stay. Oh yeah, 100%. Look at that, Terra? Dude, I love you. Honestly, if we can get conjoined, that would be so good, right? I think, because I would shoot 3 C-section babies at once. That seems kind of goated, if you ask me. Nice. Hold on, he's goated? Wait, he's the greatest Isaac player of all time. No, he's not. He's alright, he's cool. I need to go quick. I need to go quick. I am trying to make boss rush here because I wasn't able to make it last time. Yeah, sure. All right. If we can try and make boss rush, I think should be good. Nah, don't matter. Or it does matter. It does matter. It doesn't matter. Here's what we're gonna do. Hello? Here's what we're gonna do. Son of a bitch, you suck. Alright, the plan is we skip everything, go to boss rush, and then we full card out. We full card out of boss rush. And once we do that, we should be good. I think, oh my god, Tooth and Nail saved me. Let's freaking go. This guy's goated. All right. That's the best item to take there. T-Infinity? Oh my god. No, I can't. We have to get Death Touch. We have to. You guys are gonna call me crazy. I know. I think Death Touch. D-Infinity, I think, would be, if I didn't have Chaos, would be easily the better play here. But because I have Chaos, I cannot, in my opinion, I cannot properly D-Infinity good items into good items. You know what I mean? Like, I can't go into an angel room and like know that if I D-Infinity, like D6, I can maybe get, what's it called? Like Sacred Heart. You know what I mean? Like, I could turn a decent item like Seraphim into like fucking Black Beam. Because that's just how it works. Which sucks, but that's how it works, like I said. So I'm gonna stay for consistency. You guys might think I'm crazy. I'm keeping this run going for consistency. The more consistent I can make this, the better, in my opinion. And I want to do consistently good ass damage. But I mean, yeah. I feel like I got off track. I started getting real Isaac pilled for a second. And I low-key kind of forgot what the hell I was talking about. Do you guys remember? Tony remembers? Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I don't know. I just need to come up with like a plan or something, you know. Maybe they for like ergonomics and shit like that, the company is like, oh, for every like, I don't know, it's like every 15 minutes or some shit, you gotta like get up. It's like for every hour, you should get up and walk around for like 2 minutes, 20 feet away, some shit like that. And like, I kind of understand where they're coming from. Honestly, I forgot to full card. I guess I didn't think I needed it, which is stupid. I definitely need a full card. I don't need the full card actually, but I definitely would have liked to maybe explore the shop and more and such, but oh well, I'll be fine. I hope. I shouldn't say I'll be fine. What if I die? You feel me? Like, I kind of understand where the company's coming from, where it's like, you know, oh, for the betterment of you, you should get up every once in a while. Obviously, I think that is true. I think you should like get up, walk around every once in a while, but I don't know. To me personally, I feel like that hurts my productivity a little bit. Do you guys get that? Do you guys understand? Or is like Tony kind of alone on this one? Where it's like, if you be having me, you know, getting up all the time, I feel like whenever I come back or whatever, I'm like not lose my spot, but you know, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the groove. Once I get in a groove to like work, I'm in that groove. You know what I mean? Like once you catch me shworking, as long as I got something on the side playing or whatever, you know, that's happening to me today. I'm not gonna lie. I was low-key getting some work done while having a Tony Isaac video pulled up on the side. And once you get me like moving, get me hacking at it, I can get shit done. You guys didn't hear that. I snapped my fingers. I can get shit done like that. You know what I mean? You guys pick up what I'm putting down here? Or is Tony insane? But that's how it is for me personally. You know, I feel like if I keep having to not distract myself, but if I keep having to like get up to do something or whatever, I'm gonna, whenever I come back to sit down, I'm gonna be like, I'm out of the groove of work, you know? Like I was in such a fucking locked in zone, but now that I had to get myself out of it for the sake of, you know, my health, I guess, I'm like, oh, now I'm kind of out of it. I'm like, damn, I low-key could have had this shit done. You feel me? Like, I was locked in. You had to make me lock out for this, and because of that, productivity suffered slightly. But like, you know what? So I be getting those ergonomic shits where it's like, oh, you have a mousing break or a keying break, and it's like, I understand. Yes, I probably need to, for the betterment of my wrist, stop moving my mouse, stop moving my keyboard, you know, stop typing on the keyboard, just kind of relax for a bit. Do we need to do? No, we don't. Okay, now that we have chaos, honestly, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna call me crazy? Since we have chaos, we gotta see. If we can get an R key to extend this run, that would be great. I doubt it, but we gotta take our chances, as they say. Give me just a second. Oh God, my apologies. I dropped something real quick. I guess you're the best thing there. 100% you. You're easily the best thing there. Breath of life. Useless, kind of. What? It's a damage down? What? What was that a damage down? Oh, money equals power. I'm so stupid. I was like, why was that a damage down? I forgot I have money equals power. Just picked it up. But, yeah. You know what it is, bro. You know what it is. You know how it is. I'm just trying. I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, Lois. I'm scared. Well, that will be a clip I definitely show to my friends later today. You know what's funny is that I've been doing that all the time recently. I don't know why. It's funny to just show my friends, hey guys, look at this funny thing that happened in my Isaac run today. Like yesterday. Remember how yesterday I had that really good run where I, you know, I quite literally got almost every single post-it note done as this stupid character? I showed it to my friend and I'm like, hey, take a gander, buddy. Look what happened. Didn't work out. So I just wasted, I guess I shouldn't say wasted. I feel like I'm using the wrong terminology. You know what I mean? It's, what is that? I don't know if it's like a thing, but it's like, because I'm using the wrong terminology, I'm getting it in my brain. I'm like internalizing it as a bad thing. I didn't waste my time. It didn't count, you know? Because in my mind, I'm thinking I definitely didn't waste my time. I had fun. I mean, you guys heard me. I was enjoying the hell out of whatever the fuck was going on in that run. I thought it was funny. I thought it was cool. I thought it was sick. But my language, what the words I use definitely kind of not come off the wrong way. But I mean, you know. They make it seem like I didn't like it at all and that I was having a bad time. When in reality, I was having a really good time. I thought it was fun. But anyways, I did tell my friend like, hey, look, remember that thing that you told me you can do? Yeah, it turns out it doesn't work. And I had to figure that out the hard way. And then bro hits me with like the same, you know, like, oh yeah, I figured that out too. And a part of me was just like, you didn't tell me? You know, I immediately hit him with the, and you didn't tell me, question mark? Because I just, you know, I just did an entire run hoping to get a whole bunch of unlocks. And then turns out it was kind of like a big FU, you know? I'm just like, oh darn, what's a fella to do, you know? What's a fella to do in this scenario here? So yeah, it sucked. It was funny. It's a good laugh I can share with a friend and such, so it's not necessarily the world's worst thing ever. Truth be told, it's just like a first world problem, I guess. Is it bad to say first world problem? You know, I've been thinking, Tony, why would that be a bad thing? I don't know. I just feel like there's always that kind of one person at least when it comes to like, if you ever want to share something, how you feel bad about something or bad about this, you know, there's that whole other person that's, I guess, trying to help out, trying to help you see the other side, but also is like, you know, there are people that would be like grateful for what you have, and it's like, oh yeah, obviously I understand that, you know, I understand there are people out there that are less fortunate, but I mean, you know, essentially I just can't complain about anything. I can't complain about anything if it means, you know, there's always gonna be someone that has a worse life, you know? So it's just shut up, never complain, never talk. That's essentially kind of how I feel it off as. But you know, it's just me yapping about what I yap about. You know what sucks, or you know what would be great, actually? I think for the betterment of all Tesla shareholders, we grab options, question mark. Oh my god, I don't think I've ever explained this video, and people are probably gonna think I'm crazy or like some weird Elon Glazer meat writer, whatever. Because I realize that it's a statement that me and my friends say all the time, but it's not something that is, what's the word? It's not something that's that well known. So, in case you're wondering, Tony, what the fuck are you talking about? There was a video that came out a while back. It was this older video of like Elon Musk holding a like a shareholders meeting, talking about like an earnings thing, talking about Tesla and all that stuff like that. And this guy came out in the video and he like walked up as like a Q&A section part and was like, he started talking about how like he, like Elon Musk, is a level 3 genius. And you know, he was pretty much being like, hey, Elon, could you appoint me as like the CEO of Tesla, or like, you know, like the VP of Tesla or president of Tesla? Because I got these ideas. I'm a level 3 genius just like you. And I think if you appointed me, it would be for the betterment of all Tesla shareholders. And I don't know. If I remember correctly, I think it's like, it's fucked up to say, because in my opinion, the video is very funny, but I learned something that definitely makes me like, oh, I feel like a dickhead. And that I believe the guy has like mental issues, you know what I mean? Like he's not, if that video wasn't enough to fucking say it, the guy isn't necessarily, you know, right in the head. So me and my friend, once we learned this, we were like, oh, I kind of feel bad for laughing. But I would be lying if I didn't say it's something that we didn't quote all the fucking time, of being like, we're doing this for the betterment of all Tesla shareholders. You know what I mean? Like it's essentially like not a poise for like a ridiculous request, but it's like, you know, you gotta trust me on this, bro. I know what I'm talking about. Me and my friend, we be doing the level 3 genius shit, the betterment of all Tesla shareholders, all the fucking time. It's just, I don't want to say this because I think it's mean to make fun of this guy, but it's just like too good of a bit, you feel me? In my opinion, it's like too good of a bit to not be like, this shit is funny as hell. You know, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if that comes off as highly insensitive or, you know, fucked up. Especially considering, like, you know, it's I don't think we're making fun of a guy with mental issues. We're just quoting something that a guy with mental issues said, which might be fucked up in and of itself, and I will, you know, I will acknowledge that. I will acknowledge that, and I will be real. However, it's just something that me and my friend quote all the time. We cannot get it out of our head, and I don't think we ever will get it out of our head, of this, you know, doing this for the betterment of all Tesla shareholders. And it's like, you know, you don't need me to explain it, bro. That's all I'm saying. You don't need me to explain it. You can kind of figure out what the hell going on. Okay, you know what? We grab you. We're going to grab you, and then we'll grab the hearts. I realize what I need to be doing. I need to lock in. I need to grab everything that isn't going to directly kill me for the sake of getting it out of the item pool, because I'm going to forget me now this floor. Once I forget me now this floor, you know what that means. Once I forget me now this floor, it is going to remove all of these items. So I at least want to make sure I have used each of these to a degree, so I can make the most out of the forget me now when I redo the floor and I get more chests and stuff. You feel me? That's my thought process here. That's my thought process here. Tony, why don't you forget me now the void? The reason I don't forget me now the void is because I think the item gathering potential is 10 times better here than it is on the void floor. No victory lap. I will not be lied to by my friend again. You feel me? Like, for one thing, there's more items here. You know, look at this. There's more items to grab at the beginning, but also because of options ? We can get more of like things like this shit spawning, you know? Like I said, in my opinion, the item potential is so much more out there. It's so much better, which could maybe lead to an R key or something of the sorts, like a dad's key to get a Mega Satan, maybe, you know? Sure, look at the yes mother. Daddy long legs, and we get spider baby. Either way, we're taking this to void. You guys might be thinking, Tony, you're crazy. No, because either way, we are going to take this run to void. I am going to try my absolute darndest to get Arky. I will try my heart out to get Arky. And if that means we take this shit to void, so be it. That's how I see it. You know, we'll see what happens. We shall see. Bad PhD. Sure, I don't necessarily take pills like that, and we're not gonna take that luck down. Give me a second. My bad on that, y'all. Took me a little bit. My apologies, just had to, what's the word, I guess. I stepped away for a little bit, my apologies. But, you know, yeah, what I was talking about before. I just want to get a little bit more active. And specifically, you know, in terms of, like, just not, I guess, sitting around at my fucking desk all day doing, jack shit. I guess, like, the second best thing, the, you know, next best thing, at least, is... got my ass, what's the word I'm thinking of? I guess just, you know, I get walking around post work, you know, I'm gonna go to Costco after I'm done with this recording here. One, to pick up some grocery stuff, but two, you know, I guess I can get some steps in at fucking Costco. But overall, you know, my thought process, my, like, what my deal is, I just need, like, a more long-term, permanent kind of handle, you know what I mean? Something to get me to be able to, what's it called? You know, walk around, get my steps up, however you want to describe it, however you want to say it. The sentiment is all the same, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on. Pull that guy up. You got anything for us? Come on, buddy. At least one. Guillotine. All right, did Tony mess up with guillotine? I don't think so. I don't think he did. Guillotine is an orbital for one, but two, I mean, look, no victory lap. Let's go into the Delirium portal and let's see what happens. Let's see. This is gonna be like my 4th time fighting Delirium as this freaking stupid character, but it's for good reason. Whoa. What blew up? Oh, those friendly guys blew up. Also, my apologies if you guys heard that. I don't know if you guys did. There was just like a loud ass honk outside of my freaking house. So once again, my bad if y'all heard that on me. I guess it's not on me specifically, but you know. Y'all probably don't want to hear that shit. But yeah, I'm just complaining, I guess. You know, Tony complains, what else is new? Just trying to, whoa. Make improvements, I guess, you know what I mean? Just trying to make improvements with like my life, my health as a whole, as a human being. Because I feel like the older you get, the more you kind of realize, or I don't know, there are people out there. I mean, I guess, what is it people say? It's like your 20s are like the best years of your life or whatever. It's like when you're most, at least from what I know, that's when people are like drinking the most and, you know, doing the most bullshit like that. But for me personally, I mean, I don't really drink, one. Not necessarily a fan, one might say, you feel me? But from what I know, you know, just to speak on that, from what I know, it's kind of like, my bad, I'm trying my best to make do here. You. Oh yeah. And magician, easy money. From what I know, you know, you've heard the stories, plus I've had a brother, I have a brother, not I've had, he still exists. I have a brother who went through this same thing of in his 20s, and same thing with, like, you know, you'd be hearing stories about your family or whatever, like, oh dude, in my 20s, I was going out partying, drinking, doing all this shit. And like me personally, you know, not my cup of tea. I don't drink, I don't necessarily do any of that shit, I guess one might say. I should be safe, yeah. You know, I don't do any of that or whatever, but I guess as per what people say, it's supposed to be, you know, it's when you're able to tolerate that shit the most, you know? Then when you're like 30 or 40 and you're drinking or eating, treating your body the same way you would like when you were 20 years old, it's like damn near suicide type of shit, you feel me? You know, from what I've heard, but also kind of just like seems that way, you know? As your body gets older, it's like less, what is it? What's the word? Not resistant. It's like less acclimated to going through such crazy things or whatever, you feel me? So like it makes sense that if you're 20, you wouldn't be able to drink how you, if you're 30, you wouldn't be able to drink how you were able to drink when you were 20, you know what I mean? You can't hold as much liquor down and shit like that. In my opinion. That makes sense to me, son of a bitch. Okay. I don't know what happened. Alright, hold on. We are still trying to farm Anarchy here. We are still trying to farm Anarchy. So, you gotta cut me some slack real quick. I am going to try to get my way. I'm trying to finesse my way into Anarchy here. Let's see what we can do. Come on. Okay, hold on. We can open this up. Son of a bitch. I hate this game. I hate this game, dude. Oh, come on, man. Just give me Anarchy, please. Please. Yeah, I think that's it, bro. I will check every other room, but we're done here, you know? I think we can definitely kind of politely say, yeah, we're done here. There you go. That is the entirety of the Delirium floor discovered. There is nothing more for me to do. So I guess all I have to say now is GG's. I want to thank you all for watching. If you guys did enjoy, I greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day and or good night, depending on the time you're viewing this. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.